Hi and welcome to the method mount guide for the Frostbrood Proto-Wyrm, which is a mount that you get for completing the Death Knight intro scenario in World of Warcraft Classic. One of the things to note is you don't need a level 55 to be able to create a Death Knight. You can create a Death Knight already on one of the old servers, providing it isn't a new server, so I went ahead and created one on Ashbringer PvP on EU. So we made our character, we loaded in, immediately just go to the Lich King in front of you, turn around, do a 180, and then run down here to the instructor, turn in the quest, and then run over to the Runeforge. You're going to want to click on the weapon rack, loot the sword, and then click on the sword while stood next to the Runeforge. Then you'll want to run back over to the instructor. He's very excited to see us, as you can see. Turn in the quest, run back, equip the weapon, and then load your spell book to open Runeforging. Then click engrave, and then click your weapon. Then once we've done that, we want to run back over, turn in the quest, accept the new one, and then just behind us is this pit and we want to go into it, and then behind the initiate is something that's like a little goat skull. Click that, it'll unrelease the initiate, and then you can just defeat them quickly. Run back, turn it in, and then we want to go back to where we originally started at the Lich King. Turn in the quests and accept the new ones, and then we'll want to go to either side of the Lich King and click on the little basilisk with the blue flame above it. We'll then get teleported into the Eye. We're going to have 4 abilities. The first one is what we're going to use to channel the spell. The second one is what you'll want to use if you get attacked to distract the Scarlet Crusaders on the ground, and the third is to disappear just in case you do get attacked. And this is what we'll use once we've completed the quest. So the first one that we want to go to is in the corner at the forge. I've marked it on the map for you. It's basically immediately to your left when you land on the Eye. Then we'll want to turn around and go to this castle, which is the hold. You don't want to get too low. If you get too low, they'll start attacking you, and that's when you'd want to use the ghoul and also the vanish. Then the next one is at the Chapel of the Crimson Flame over here in the corner, again marked on your map. And then the other one is just behind us. And then we'll move over here to the Town Hall, which is our final place. Making sure to press 1 to channel. You can see the Hunter's Mark doesn't disappear once you've done it, so don't be worried about that. Then I'm just going to find a space and then hit this to return to the Lich King. Going to turn in the quest, accept again. And then immediately behind us, we'll want to run down the stairs and into this pink portal, which is going to teleport us to the next floor. We'll run into the middle here and turn in the quest. And then we'll want to go behind us as there's another quest to turn in. Now we've done that, we'll want to go to where we took the pink portal, but we're not going to want to take it back upstairs this time. We're going to want to go to this balcony and turn in the quest. And then at either side, there is a Scourge griffin that we're going to take into the camp, which is Death's Breach. Then we'll want to turn in these quests and accept them. There's going to be 4 of them scattered around. The first one is a tent, and immediately there's one in the middle, there's one in the far right, and there's one in the far left of the camp. Now what we're going to want to do is go around and talk to Death Knight initiates. And then we duel them and defeat them. You need to do this 5 times. Here's me getting my 5th. If you have a friend, you only need to be defeated and they only need to beat you. So that's a really fast way of doing it. Now the next quest that we want to do after this is we're going to want to steal our horse. So you want to go down the ramp just behind us. And then we're going to want to run into the middle. You want to avoid this guy, the elite. Otherwise, you'll get interrupted and get knocked off the horse. So we'll run around him, and I will take a mare. You have 2 abilities. There's one for returning the horse, and then there's one that'll speed you up. You can just take the second one whenever you see an enemy close. Then we'll run back into the middle. We press 1 to deliver the horse, and then we'll turn in this quest. The reason that we're doing this is we're about to do the quest for our mount, which will just make getting around so much easier. After we accept the quest, we'll want to run down the hill just behind the quest giver. And now we're in the Shadow Realm. It's advised as well that if you do this with a friend, make sure that you leave a group. We struggled to get the spawn to go again when we were in a group, and when we did it separately, we didn't struggle. So once we've defeated it, we take the horse. You have to click on the horse, run back, and then we turn it in. You have to click the ability to deliver the horse, and then to see your mount, it's in the character pane. So click on your character C, or press Shift P for the shortcut, and then just click on Pet. So we've run down the slope to the right. And on our way, there's actually a quest, a mailbox that's just to turn in. And now for the next part of the quest, we want to kill the citizens of Havenshire, which is just run in randomly. And we also need to kill Scarlet Crusaders. It's advised that you kill the Scarlet Peasants as they only have 900 HP and the actual Crusaders have 2.8. We also need to collect these Saronite arrows, which are kind of like corn cusks, whatever they're called, in the ground, just like yellow arrows. We run back to camp now, ready to turn them in. I'm going to select a nice epic cloak for ourselves, and then we'll go turn in the other quests and accept the next line. What we'll want to do now is go back down the same slope, and we're going to want to head into the mine. Once we're in the mine, we've been given an item, as you can see in the top right. You want to select it over one of the miners, and you'll either get a ghoul or a ghost. You need to collect 5 ghouls. I'm about to do it on this miner, and you'll see I got a ghost. They actually help you kill them, but I wouldn't suggest taking more than 1 or 2 at a time, because if the ghouls die, then obviously you're going to have to use the device on another miner to replace a ghoul that you lost. So mount up, run back to the top. If there's a bit of a delay in the ghouls getting recognised, just hold on a minute, it will register. Then we turn it in and run behind us to turn in the quest. And now what we're going to want to do is to run back down the same slope, but instead of going inside the mine, we're going to want to go to the right and click on this sparkling minecart, which is going to disguise us and take us down to the Scarlet ships, where we're going to right-click on these Scarlet cannons and attack the Scarlet Crusaders. You want to use the first ability, which is just a fire cannon, to defeat them, and if anybody gets close, use the lightning. And once you've done, don't leave the cannon, just press the Death Gate looking ability. It'll then spawn you onto a Scourge Griffin and take you back to Death's Breach. Once you're back at camp, turn in the quest and accept the next one. Next, we'll want to run around to the Scourge Griffin and take it back up to the Ebon Hold. Then we'll want to run down to the centre and hand in the quest. Now is a great time to also do your talents. One of the ones that we'd advise getting first is in the Unholy tree, which is on a pale horse, which will increase your mount speed. As you can see, it just getting bigger there. Then you'll also want to run behind the quest giver and learn some new abilities. Then you'll want to run back and take the Scourge Griffin back down to the camp. And then run over here and turn in the quest. Now we're going to go on a little journey. You're going to have to go to the crypt. Along the way, we're also going to accept a quest. So we'll accept this quest. And then just here is the crypt. So run in there, down the stairs, and then we'll accept these quests. Next, we'll come outside, and the first place we're going to want to go is into the forge. We're going to want to click the chain in the back left corner, the northwest corner, and then come back outside, and we want to go to the inn. It's the building directly out of the door, again marked on your map. We'll go inside the inn, then we're going to want to go to the back room, where there's a staircase leading down to the left, and we'll want to get the cauldron. Then we head back up outside, and we want to head over to the town hall, where we have a meeting with Mayor Quimby, who's inside. Get rid of him, and then on the table just behind, you right-click and grab that. Then we'll want to go outside and begin killing the Scarlet Crusaders. We'll want to loot them for the Crusader skulls, and you'll also want to kill the civilians. They also drop the skulls. Then we'll want to head back to the crypt to turn in our quests and begin accepting the next ones. Then we'll go outside, and then we want to head over to where we accepted this quest to turn it in. Once you do that, a cauldron will spawn just behind there, as you saw. Then you'll want to turn in the quest. The next thing you'll want to do is head over to the Scarlet Hold, and then inside your bag, you'll have an item called the Ornately Jeweled Box. Once you right-click that, it'll give you 2 swords that you then need to equip. After equipping the swords, you'll want to attack the Scarlet Crusaders around the area, and eventually one of them will start a dialogue halfway through saying that they surrender, and that they'll tell you everything. Stop, please! Okay, now that that's complete, role-playing over, we'll head back to the crypt, down the stairs, turn in our quests. And then the prince will send us on a little journey over to the tavern for a few bevies to begin our next quest. We'll go inside the tavern up the stairs. We'll turn in the quest here, immediately at the top of the stairs, and then just behind there's Tessarion, where we'll accept another quest. We'll then want to go outside and head back into the hold. Quest guy actually came out. I could have turned it in here, but I wanted to go in to make sure that you knew what to do. So we'll go in, we'll make a right, we'll make a left, and then there's a staircase downstairs into the basement. And here's where we turn in our quest, which will then begin a little bit of an encounter where we'll have to deal with a couple of waves of mobs. They're nothing too crazy, easily dealt with. And then a boss will come. The boss will die, and his head will fall on the ground. You want to make sure that you right-click that, loot it, and then head back upstairs, make a right, go up the staircase, make a left, make a right, and then go up this little ramp. And then on the table is our schedule that we need to collect. Okay, so we head back over to the tavern. Up the stairs again, turn in our quests. Then we'll head back outside, make a left out the door, and then we'll head over to the Chapel of the Crimson Flame. We'll turn in our quest here, and then we'll want to go into this building. Inside the building, you'll find somebody of your own race, and then you'll have to attack them and kill them. It's worth noting as well that if somebody of the same race is inside doing the quest, you'll likely have to wait outside until they've done, otherwise the quest won't start. So we'll head back over to the tavern now we've accepted the quest, ready for turning. Accept the next quest. And then we'll want to head outside the tavern and make a right, and we're going to go to the Outlook now. So you'll want to go to the top of this hill. There's some elite mobs down there, so don't go too far. You'll then want to use the quest item, which will then spawn the Scarlet Courier. Death grip him towards you. Deal with him, loot him, and then we're ready to head back over to the tavern. Turn in our quest. Accept, and then we'll turn into one of the Scarlet Crusaders. We'll want to go back over to the Outlook, run down the hill, and then to the left of the dock is where we'll want to turn in, accept, and then run back to the tavern. Turn in the quest and accept the next. The mob will then spawn a death gate just behind you. You'll want to take that into the hold, turn around, and then run to the centre and accept the next quests. Now is also another good opportunity to go and learn more of your spells. And then we'll head back over to the balcony to take the Scourge Griffin down to the camp to turn in our quest at the Lich King. After we've turned that in and accepted the next one, we'll want to use the quest item that we've been given, the Horn of the Frostbrood, to summon a mount. Then we'll want to fly over towards the town and use our abilities to kill Scarlet Crusaders and Scarlet Ballistas. The first spell is a fireball, which will use mana, as you can see on the bar. Eventually, when you run out of mana, you'll need to use the bite ability by going down onto the floor. This is also how you regain HP as well as mana. Once that's complete, you'll want to fly back over to the Lich King. Do not dismount whilst over here. You'll want to fly back to the Lich King, as it won't teleport you back. So once you've flown back over to the Lich King, you can just dismount by clicking the red arrow. It will give you a parachute, so don't worry if you're too high. Then we'll accept the next quest. And now we're on a little bit of a journey. So we'll go directly behind us into this cave, and we're looking to go over to the mill. One of the important things about this is at the very top of the screen you can see that the battle has begun. Now, when I came over here, I was able to turn in this quest, and I was lucky enough to head over to where the encounter takes place, and I was able to get the quest without needing to do the battle. If you need to do the battle, then you'll want to just wait here for the mobs to spawn, which will eventually you'll run over to this place, which is where the encounter will take place, where you just kill a bunch of mobs. It's really easy. And then this will happen, which is just an RP scene. I was lucky enough to be able to come over here after the battle and just get here just in time to get the complete quest. If there are no mobs here, you'll want to run back to the mill where you handed in the quest just before. So then I turn in the quest just to the left here. I accept the next. And then I go to my spellbook, put the death gate on my bar, and use it. Once it spawns, you'll want to right click on it to take us back to Ebon Hold. Then we'll turn in the quest, and we'll want to jump into this pink portal just behind the quest giver, as we have a bit of a Scourge problem. So we'll want to kill the big mob, which is Patchwork, and then we'll want to kill 10 of these miscellaneous Scourge NPCs around the area. Once we're done, we'll run back into the portal, head back to the quest giver, turn it in, and then respectively behind quest giver is the portal to Orgrimmar or Stormwind. I'm Alliance, so I take the Stormwind portal. And then you'll want to run to Stormwind Keep. If you're Horde, I've put a graphic on the screen to where you'll want to run. And then you just turn in this quest, and that's it. You log back onto retail and you should have the mount. I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the guide. There's also a written version at method.gg. You can find the link in the video description or the pinned comment below. If you enjoyed this guide, please consider leaving it a like. If you want to see more guides or content relating to the upcoming Dragonflight expansion, or of course for Season 4 in Shadowlands, then be sure to subscribe and enable notifications. This guide was written by myself, PlebCentral, the creative director of Method, and Paul, our website director. We really appreciate you watching. Thanks, and have a great day.